Hello, everybody. Welcome to our live. So, I'm Jillian Leslie. I am host of the Blogger Genius podcast. I'm founder of MiloTree and now MiloTree Easy Payments. And I am here with my very good friend and what I call you is a marketing guru, Elisa Meredith. I always do.
Hi, Diane.
Do you,
You do.
in my
Well, okay.
emails, I'm always saying Elisa
Sweet. Thank you.
Meredith, marketing guru.
Oh, thank you. That's sweet.
Absolutely. So Elisa,
Hmm.
you're helping me launch our new product, MiloTree Easy Payments,
Yes, it's very cool.
and we decided this Wednesday to host a live training.
Yes. Yes, we did.
And it's to help people find new ways to monetize.
Yep.
So, what we're going to be teaching is how to set up a workshop, a paid workshop in 60 minutes or less.
Yes, indeed. That's right. And you've got me creating a couple of them for
Yeah,
myself. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm going to share that experience when we talk on Wednesday.
yeah. And do you think it's possible to set up a workshop in 60 minutes or less?
I think so. I think if you have you got to come up with something you're comfortable with, and it's the kind of thing where if someone called you and said, could you come on my podcast tomorrow?" and you'd be like, "Oh, cool, yeah, sure." Like if you have something that you're that comfortable with, then it won't involve a lot of planning for the content itself. And yeah, absolutely.
And I think that, I always talk about this, which is B minus work. Doing, again, and I always say this, B minus work is above average. Like, I'm not saying go do C level work, but B minus work is a little rough. It's where you put it out there and you see how your audience responds and you move
Hmm.
from there and you iterate. And I don't think that A plus work should ever be the goal. So much of the internet, building businesses on the internet, is co creating with your customers, with your visitors, with your audience. So
Yeah.
you spend all this
Yeah.
time, creating something and making it perfect, and then people say, don't buy it.
Well, I mean, what you're explaining is the same as the whole minimum viable product concept, right? You put it out there good enough so that it has value, and then you see how people react.
Absolutely. And you've got to know that iterating is your friend. Like if you can, the chances of you hitting it out of the park on the first try are probably slim.
Yeah.
But we think we know and we understand our customers. And the truth is, we know and we have a hypothesis, but then you have to go test it and then you have to fine tune it.
So true. Yep.
And what I think about MiloTree Easy Payments is it is a way to test your ideas quickly and easily.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So one thing we do is we have a sales page creator. You set up a product quickly, put what it's called, how much it costs, whether it's a one-time payment or it could be a subscription, and then we say go build a sales page and name it something. We'll host it for you. You can have as many sales pages as you like, so you can test a variety of messages.
Mm-hmm.
And so what was your experience using the sales page generator?
Um, yeah. Well, I tried 3 different ways, I think, because there are several different options. But the generator is the easiest way. I tried the Canva option, I tried the HTML option, and then I tried the builder. I really wanted to make the HTML work because I really kind of wanted it on my site. But if it seemed like I was deleting one thing wrong and it would just all kind of the page would blow up. So I would say go with the builder.
Okay,
It's
and
very
what Elisa's referring to is we want you to create easy sales pages. So we've got templates. And initially when we were creating MiloTree, so building MiloTree Easy Payments, it was really clear for us. We wanted two things. One, we wanted MiloTree Easy Payments to integrate effortlessly with your email service provider. So we don't want to give you some extra email service. We want to say, hey, we'll just hook into your email. So that was really important, and that's what we've done.
That's so
Secondly,
easy.
then we said we want a way for you to be able to sell your offering easily. So initially, we're like, great, what we'll do is we will create an HTML template for people who use WordPress. And all you have to do is copy the code and paste it on a page in your blog. Simple. And it's a template, like follow this
Yeah, it
path,
tells
this-
you what to do. It's more like
Exactly.
a guide even.
It's
Yeah.
like a guide. But what we discovered when we started working with our first customers was that was a little too complicated. And people kind of wouldn't do it because it was technical, and it was like, and we're giving you the HTML code, but we can't control what's on your blog or what your theme is or what your fonts are. And that's where it's tricky, as you found. And you're techie, like you're not afraid of like getting
Yeah.
in there.
I used to build websites. Yeah.
So then we said, okay, this might be too difficult for people or too challenging, or again, everybody's blog is different. So then if people were to come to us to help troubleshoot, like we can't see what's on your blog. So then we decided what we would do is create templates for Canva. And it turns out Canva can do everything now. And one
Yes.
thing you can do is create actual websites on Canva.
Yeah, it's wild.
And what was your experience using our template, like our guide, to create a website on Canva? Like, did you actually use our template?
I think we might have done it together, actually. And it was okay, but when we spoke to people, they didn't want the page hosted on Canva. It didn't feel professional enough for people. And I get that. I would rather have it on my site, or like when you host it, it has a domain specific subdomain, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what we
Yeah.
did was we took this learning, because again, remember, you're talking about minimal viable product, right? So we built this stuff and we put it out in front of people, and we're like, okay, what do you guys think? And this is the feedback that we got. So we had a hypothesis. We need a way for people to make sales pages. Initially, we said we need a link that you can share, this link, kind of like a PayPal button, where people can buy your offering. But then we thought, well, that's good, but we also then need a way to have you could have a sales page. And that's how we started to go down this path. And at each step, we're like, okay, great, we'll get the HTML up. And then that we figured out was more difficult. So then we're like, okay, we'll offer it in Canva. But then people had hesitation. So then we said, we're going to build the easiest sales page generator, again, with a guide. And you get to add your own permalink. So we're hosting it. So you don't even have to figure out how to host it or anything. You can make as many as you want. But the way it works is you pick your permalink. So it could be like Elisa's Inner Circle dot. And then on our side, it's MyLowTreeCart.com. And therefore, somebody who sees it looks at the URL and is like, Elisa's Inner Circle. Oh, I want to join that. And you don't care necessarily that it's on MyLowTreeCart.com. In fact, that's great, because now you have access to all your sales pages.
Right. Yeah.
So I wanted to share, okay, so I am going to show what the sales page generator looks like, because see, I have this cool thing. So Elisa, you don't see this? Can you see this or no? Okay.
No.
It's funny. Okay, so Lisa's here. So for you people watching at home, I'm sharing my screen. And what you can see is the sales page generator that I've created using MyLowTree Easy Payments. And here I'm talking about the benefits. You can buy it. I've got a little section for me to talk about me. And here's what you're going to get in our live Zoom workshop. And it's simple. And I think that, we've been really trying to balance the difference between like the simplicity, easy to set up, and the sections in the sales page. And over time, we're going to build out some additional sections. So we're going to have like an FAQ section that you can fill out, and we're going to have a testimonial section on your sales page. But again, our job is to help you do B- work. Like, I don't want to make it too cumbersome for you.
Yeah.
I want to cut out features so that you don't get overwhelmed and walk away. All I want you to do is complete it and put it up and see what happens.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. Yep.
So that is really like, if there's something that, it's funny, we coach bloggers and online entrepreneurs, and I say to them, I want you to do B- work. And like, the people in our group are almost all women. And I can tell that they have this feeling of embarrassment. Like, what if I'm embarrassed? What if I put something out there that doesn't look good, or that it has typos, or I don't know, directs to the wrong link or whatever. And I always say to them, I'll be your mom. Like, I'll be the one who tells you if you have spinach in your teeth. So you can send me stuff that you feel iffy about, and I'll either tell you like, no, you missed it. It's over here to the left. Or I'm going to say, go post it. Go do it. It's not embarrassing. You think it's embarrassing, but it's really not embarrassing.
Yeah, we tend to be perfectionists.
So I'm your girlfriend to tell you if you have spinach in your teeth.
Yes, everyone needs that.
So for people who would want to come to our workshop, so what we decided to do was charge for our workshop. So it's $10. And here I think I have, hold on. Here it, look, check this out. I'm using all of this crazy stuff here that you can't see. Okay.
I can't see it.
Okay, this is the URL. It is workshop.milotreecart.com, and it's $10. And when we talked about that, I thought it would be cool to lead a paid workshop for people to learn how to create paid workshops.
Yes, it's very meta.
I know you said that, and I was like, oh my God, it's totally meta. And the reason I wanted to charge for it, a small amount, it's like 2 Starbucks coffees, is because I want you to have skin in the game. And I've noticed for myself that when I pay $10 to go to see something, I actually show up for it.
And you probably pay more attention too.
I do. I think there's something to doing that and to charging a nominal fee, especially at the beginning, so that you show up and that you don't go, oh, I'll just catch the replay, and then you never watch. How many times do you sign up for stuff and never catch the replay?
All the time. Yep.
So I really wanted it to be like, hopefully people show up with their kind of ready to dig in and ready to really go do some B- work and get a paid workshop set up.
Yes. Yeah, and I actually tried this a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to share exactly what happened.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear, to talk about your story. So when you think about, because you, of course, interact with bloggers and online entrepreneurs all the time, what are your thoughts about having a variety of ways to monetize?
Oh, I think you have to. I was listening to Jeff Goins, is it?
I don't know.
His podcast this morning.
Okay.
He was interviewing an artist, and she was listing out all the ways she makes money. She sells her actual art. She does courses in person and online. And I think there were other things as well. But yeah, you kind of have to.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You don't want to be too dependent on one thing. If one thing goes away, then you still have others. Yeah.
And one thing I would say that I think is really cool about what we're offering is you get to show up, like we're going to show you how to show up live with your people for 1 hour on Zoom. And who knows, like, who are your people? Like, maybe nobody comes to your first workshop. Maybe it's just your mom. I still recommend you lead it, because I think going through the process, you start to figure out what works and what doesn't. But let's say people come to your workshop. You get to hear what they're saying to you. You get to hear the words they're using. What are their questions? What are their problems? What are they struggling with? Or what's the next step for them?
Right.
I feel like we want to build businesses in a vacuum. And the earlier we can get people in there to talk to us, the better.
Yep.
So one of the things that I think is really powerful about Milo Tree Easy Payments and doing a paid workshop or a membership or something is that interaction, that like live interaction where you get to put your face out there and you get to see their faces and you get to see like, did this land? Like you tell a joke and it just like falls flat and you're like, oh, don't do that. Like, don't do that again.
Yeah.
Like versus like, oh, this will kill. It's like, I talk about my daughter a lot, but like my daughter, she like will try stuff out, and at 14, you're like always getting feedback. Like, oh, that was funny. I should do that again. Or, oh, that didn't work. Like, don't do that. I think we're all always doing that, but I see it so clearly in my 14-year-old. And I think that there's like bravery to trying stuff out and seeing what lands and what doesn't land.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think there's some real power in that. And that's what we hope to share and to talk about. So so people are signing up. It's really fun. I'm just about to send a new email. And we're going to be live on Wednesday. I don't think I have a slide where I say this, but it's oh wait, here I can do it this way. Okay, I'm going to scroll up. Here we are. Lisa, you can't tell that we're here, but it is a live training on November 17th at 12 p.m. Central Time, and it is $10. So I feel like I wanted to price it at a place that was not going to keep you from saying I can't afford it. And
yes, and I think the biggest benefit of this though really is that you can literally come in to having a vague thought of, oh, I might want to do a workshop. And by the time you're done, you're going to know exactly what you want to do. Yeah, because you have a really great way of kind of guiding people through it. And that's what the page builder does as well. So if you have any kind of inkling that you might want to do this, you should come.
And by the way, I have a bonus right now if you sign up, which is you can send me your idea for what you think your workshop should be, and I will give you feedback. And in fact, somebody yesterday sent me her idea, and it's interesting because I could tell that she wasn't thinking from her customer's perspective. She was thinking from her perspective. And what I mean by that was it was kind of abstract. So in her mind, she knew she wants to help women who are 50 and above, like find meaning in their lives. But she had a way of thinking about it that I could tell made sense to her, but wasn't, if you're a woman wanting to find something, it wasn't saying, I'm going to solve this specific problem. It was kind of general, kind of vague. And I felt like, it's like figuring out what a specific problem is that somebody is having where they're walking through their world going, I wish I knew this.
Right.
And so it was interesting so I sent an email back going, okay, is there a way to get more specific, a way to think about it from the other person's point of view, not what you can offer? It's a little bit like writing an awesome email, but having a really bad headline and nobody clicks. So
that makes sense.
It's like how do you think about this from a customer's point of view where they've got a problem and you've got a solution and you can articulate that problem super clearly.
Yeah, I think that's really hard to do. So having that process of the page that walks you through exactly how you need to think about it and then that offer to review it is really helpful.
Awesome. Okay, so please come on Wednesday.
Yeah,
Head to workshop.milotreecart.com, and we are super excited to see you.
Yeah, see you there.
All right. Goodbye. Here, let me